Hello and welcome to Kubby TV, episode 5, where we get to meet former United States Senator Mike Gravel. Now, Mike is a true hero of the liberty movement because it was Senator Gravel who had the courage and the vision to enter the Pentagon Papers into the Congressional Record, thereby making Nixon's attempts to prosecute Daniel Ellsberg and the reporters at the New York Times invalid. I mean, it was now part of the Congressional Record. How could he charge them the way Obama has charged whistleblowers today? He didn't have that option thanks to the courage and vision of Senator Mike Gravel. Now, before we get to Senator Gravel, let's take a minute and talk about a favorite subject of mine, liberty. Now, strangely enough, I found that most libertarians could not define liberty. The definition that they gave me of liberty was virtually indistinguishable from the definition of freedom. And there is a very important difference. Liberty is a very special kind of freedom. It's the freedom to be left alone. It's freedom from government intervention, spying, raids, threats, prosecution, all the things that people across this globe face today. You know, the problems that we face here with out-of-control government, undercover police, all the horrible things that our government is doing to us and to other people, that's being replicated in France, in Germany, and other countries, even in New Zealand, where we commonly think of freedom and liberty being at its maximum. We find that the government is now spying on its own citizens. So the battle that we fight and face here in the United States isn't a battle that you can run away from. I mean, I have friends that want to go to Costa Rica, to other Latin American countries, to New Zealand. But when they go there, they find that there's a whole other host of problems that they face. And these problems are all endemic to the cancerous spread of government. You know, there was a period in time in the Middle Ages where people believed that the church knew better than they did, or at least that was the commonly held hallucination at the time. And as a result, people accepted church as some kind of authority that would regulate and control their life. But people outgrew that, and people began to see that the church was even more fallible than they were. And so belief in the church as the controlling governance in our life fell away, and it was replaced by a new kind of religion, a religion of statism, of the many versus the needs of the one, the crushing of American individualism and homogenization into a conformist society that is under the constant thumb and threat of a government that is largely a black government with a black budget. So freedom isn't something that can be given to you. And liberty in particular is something that we have to fight for daily in every act, in everything that we do interacting with the government. We have to assert our freedoms. We have to demand our freedoms. And if necessary, we have to fight for our freedoms. And fighting for our freedoms is something that America has a long tradition of. And I believe in my fellow Americans. I believe in the people that I see and work with on a community level. They're great, sensitive, caring, intelligent people. And in particular, I find this to be true of the cannabis community. But we face a common foe. We face a government that is out of control and determined to police, not protect, but to police us in every way possible. Now, I wish that we had a senator in office today that has the courage that Senator Gravel has shown, but we don't. And I think it's instructive that we take a minute and hear from Senator Gravel and hear what a real representative of the people sounds like, so that we can begin to stop selecting the lesser of two evils and start getting people into government who will do the job of representing the interest of the people, not the corporations, not the hidden black government, but the people that elected them. So take it away, Senator Gravel.
There's only two venues for change. One is the government, where the problem exists, and the other is the people. The government won't make change, but the people don't have the tools to bring about change. And that's what I've worked for the last 25 years to create a law called the National Citizens Initiative for Democracy. You can go see the law and how it would work, because the central power of government is lawmaking. Right now, representative government has a monopoly on lawmaking. What we need to do is to break that monopoly, bring the people into the operation of government as lawmakers, and then you'll see some substantial changes in our society. So I have every reason to be optimistic if we can motivate the American people and the people of the world, not just Americans, the people of the world, to want to assert their right to get involved in their own governance. Marcus Cicero had a great statement. Freedom is participation in power. Central power government is lawmaking, so until the people have the ability to make laws within the government, they will never be free.
Well, as you can see, Senator Gravel is a unique and historic figure for his standing up for our personal liberty. Now, I really want to thank people that have been making comments about the show. I read all the comments. I appreciate the suggestions. And I hope that you'll join us again tomorrow here at Kubby TV for another episode of a show that tells you like it is and invites you to participate in the coming cannabis revolution. See you tomorrow.
It's the proximity of what I hope to be, the weight so heavy where I stand.